Hey guys, this is Sparkful Soldier here, and this is my part 5 on what if Deku had Mega Man powers. Let's rock and roll beyond, and I hope you liked this video, and I hope you subscribe. Deku was at home and was packing up his school uniform and getting his stuff. While getting his stuff, he has a knock on his room door. And Deku says, "Who is it?" And he turns around and sees, "G'day, how's it going, brother?" And Deku says, "Huh? Who are you?" And looking at a green-haired girl with a red dress. And Deku was confused on who is she. And Deku says, Mom? What's going on?" And Deku looks around and was about confused, and Roll says, "Sorry if this might intrigue you, but I'm your sister." And Deku says, "I don't have a sister. I don't even know one." And Roll says, "Well, she made me." And Deku says, "She made you? What time?" And Roll says, "Well, about done as your pet." And Deku says, "Huh? Pet?" Then he hears a call, and Roll says, "Rush, it's time to get up here." And Rush then runs towards Deku, and Deku says, "Ah!" And in surprise, and Rush tackles Deku, and knocking him to his bed. "Oh, wait, Rush? My mom said it would take a while." And then he hears a voice. "It did, but luckily I found some parts that were hidden from Dr. Wily's evasion." And Deku says, "Mom, this is amazing, but why did you make Roll?" And Roll says, "I think I was also gonna be made." And Ingo says, "Yes, I was going to help out in the house and deal with some of the needed help with other Robo-Masters." And Deku says, "So you're sister that I never seen. It's great to have you." And Roll says, "Better watch out, Deku. I won't." And Deku says, "Same here, Roll." And both Roll and Deku both shake hands and smile. And then Deku was going down the stairs with Roll, and Electro Woman says, "Good to see you, Deku, or Mega Man." And sees Roll. "Huh? Who's this green-haired girl?" And Deku says, "This is my sister. My mom hasn't programmed her because of Wily." And Electro Woman says, "That Wily, I must give him what my votes for that." And Deku says, "I'll deal with Wily." And Roll says, that Wily guy sounds like a jerk every time when I hear it." "You don't have no clue." And Inko says, "Alright, Deku, you need to go to school." And all the Robo-Master says, "See you later, Deku. Middleman's gotta deal with cutting trees and making logs." Cut. And Heavy Man says, "Alright, now I got to help out with certain equipment. Now produce enough electricity. And I'll do my best to keep us warm." And Bubble Man says, "I'll help out somehow." And Roll says, "Alright, see you later, bro." And waving goodbye, and Deku goes to school, and Rush barks at Deku with a very hyped up excitement. Woo! Woo! Then Inko goes down and checks the computer room, and wondering why isn't Wily using his last robot master. And then we get to Deku, and Suki was walking to school and thinks to himself, sister, good to have new members in the family. And when he was laughing to himself, he sees a news reporter. What the? And the news reporters were interviewing with other students, trying to get a glimpse of All Might. And Suki says, right, All Might is one of the popular heroes. And when he walks to school, the interviewers say, greetings, young boy. How is All Might in school? I heard that he's look like in school. And Suki says, he's a very passionate teacher. But there's also another question I want to ask you. And Zuki says, okay, what's up? And the news reporter says, is the Green Bomber in this school? We heard rumors that the Green Bomber is in UA. And Zuki says, that I don't know. And Zuki thinking to himself, I can't let him know. That's going to violate the rule I had with them. And the news reporter says, is he or is he not? Just answer the question. And Suki says, he's not. And I haven't seen any Green Bomber in the school. And the news reporter says, okay. And Zuki gets into UA. And Zuki sighs. And he was in the classroom. That was so weird. And Chaka says, what's so weird? Was it the news reporters that ask you questions? And Suki says, no. Well, one, but no. Suki says, well, I was asked about Green Bomber. And Chaka says, wait, that's you. And Suki says, we're in lunch. And Chaka says, oh, right, sorry. I was wondering, does anybody else know? No, just my family, or some. Maybe Wiley, but he doesn't know. Or he does, I can't tell. And when Chaco and Zugu were talking, he was interrupted by Monoma, who pretty much bees a frickin' douche for 10 seconds. Like, trying to say that Class 1B is better than Class 1A. This stuff. And seeing Zuki and saying, the Green Bomber man. I heard a lot in that exam you pulled. And Zuki says, you know who I am? Of course. All of the students literally saw you turn your hand into a gun. What's the matter? Are you so sad that you can't keep your identity in check? Oh, that's embarrassing for you. And Suki says, stop it. Oh, am I hurting your feelings? And Suki says, enough. Monoma actually triggering Zuku wanting it, and then a chop to the back of the neck, and then says, sorry about that. And Zuku sees a orange hair girl and says, no problem. My name is Izuka Kendo, Class 1B. He can be always like this sometimes. He has a inferiority complex. And then Monoma tries to let her out something, but Kendo stopped him and gets him back to Class 1B table. And Zuki says, so she's like the big sister of Class 1B. And when they were having lunch, the villain alarm went off, and then all the students panic except for Zuku and Chako. And Zuku sees out of the window that there were people who were trying to get a interview with All Might while out in the door. And then Suki says, how can I get up there and stop this? And then when a beeping sound on his wrist, then something teleported, and it was, he hears a bark. Woo! Suki sees Rush. Rush? Why are you? And then realize that Rush teleported, and then sees a spring. I think I called him by accident by using a spring. Then Suki calls for Rush, and then Rush becomes a trampoline for him, and Suki jumps on Rush, and he gets on the door with no problem. And Suki says, thanks, Rush, and then sees him teleported back home. And Suki says, well, that was quick, and uses a bubble weapon to get all the students' attention by popping at them harmlessly. And Suki says, alright, you guys, this isn't how we should be like heroes. We need to be brave and keep calm around everything. It's just news reporters. And all the students were calmed down from Suki's unique way of calming people down with his Bubble Man bubble attack. And the school has calmed down and gone as usual. Then Class 1A goes on the bus to Suki sees Rush. Rush? Why are you? And then realize Rush teleported, and then sees a spring. I think I called him by accident by using a spring. Then Suki calls for Rush, and then Rush becomes a trampoline for him, and Suki jumps on Rush, and he gets on the door with no problems. And Suki says, thanks, Rush, and then sees him teleported back home. And Suki says, well, that was quick, and uses a bubble weapon to get all the students' attention by popping at them harmlessly. And Suki says, alright, you guys, this isn't how we should be like heroes. We need to be brave and keep calm around everything. It's just news reporters. And all the students were calmed down from Suki's unique way of calming people down with his Bubble Man's bubble attack. And the school has calmed down and gone as usual. Then Class 1A goes on the bus to USJ, and all the students have made it to USJ. And Suki was looking at a maze, and they were created by 13. And 13 was explaining to Class 1A that USJ is made to attest on people to save others in certain situations. And then 13 looks at Suki. You always have an amazing history on taking fights to their domain, those roller masters. And Suki says, yeah, I tend to keep the damage minimum on keeping civilians safe and taking down the Robo Master with no lethal force. And 13 says, then you should learn from him. And Bakugo says, yeah, right. And Suki says, I don't think you should follow my rules. I mean, I am a robot. And 13 says, no, your thinking always comes out on top. Even for a computer, they take time, and you strategically make every decision count. And he says, I guess it's that battle chip. And then when Suki was getting a little fluttered by all of 13's comments, Zawa says, alright, enough with compliments. you can praise him. And 13 says, yes, let's go to USJ. And 13 shows all of the big catastrophes that they're going to deal with. Then all of Class 1A sees a dark aura from a distance. And Suki takes a look and sees, is that? No, can't be. And villains come out of the port, and all 2 of the teachers were in a serious look at them. And some of those students say, villains are out already? And I thought the practice were going to start later. And 13 says, they're not fake. And all the students were surprised. And Tsukio then gets out his Mega Buster. And then Bonomu comes out, and Shigaraki as well. But with another person with them. Coming out is a Robo Master. And Suki says, Quick Man? Why is he here? And Zawa says, you know him? Yes, he's one of my mom's experiments. He's still not tested. He was about to be finished, but then Wily came, Zawa said. And then Suki says, yeah, but why is he here? Then Suki clicked and says, that means then a very, very piercing ear sounds that's going to be struck for you guys that might have hangovers. And Dr. Wily gives out a horrific laugh. Now we finally get to show what Reploids are made of. I see we have Mega Man. And Zuki looks at Wily. You already knew? And Dr. Wily says, of course I did. I outsmarted Mother Inca. I told her that Reploids were made to destroy. They were always made to be created by human destruction. And Suki says, I'm having enough with this. I'll stop you, Wily. And Zawa says, maybe you should shut up. And Dr. Wily sees Zawa behind him. Whoa! And Dr. Wily says, my, you are a sneaky one. And then cuts Zawa's scarf. And Zawa says, his scissors are made of tough titanium. And Dr. Wily says, my, I wasn't expecting that trick. You got the best of one, but it's all useless. Prepare to be annihilated. Quick Man, destroy them! And then another villain comes out and says, greetings, we are the League of Villains. Dr. Wily was the one that was a bit of help. Help? I'm just apologizing for your needed sources. I would have done it by myself if it wasn't for that Mega Man. And I still will do it. And then Zawa and Sugi teamed up, and Zawa says, you're not supposed to be here, taking down villains while talking to Suki. And Suki says, well, I can't allow you to be hurt while fighting these guys, and I need to take down Quick Man. While doing that, he uses his ammunition to use Electro what? And Zuku shoots, and then Zawa says, what a pain. Is that coding really bugging you? And Zuki says, well, I have to take down any Reploids that were taken from Mom. And Zawa says, well, let's do this. And Zawa then gets rid of the villains' quirks, and Suki fires, knocking them out. And one of the villains say, "Huh, you're tougher than I realize. Mind if I get rid of this one?" Then Azawa dodges and wraps around a mutation quirk user and says, "You always think you're tough, but you have weaknesses." And throws him up, and Suki says, "Heavy knuckle!" And fires his heavy knuckle fist and taking down that villain. And Suki says, "I'm running out of ammunition." And Zao says, "Then use it resourcefully. We can't deal with all of them." Right. But when he said that, Quickman then says, "But what about me, Mega Man?" And Suki then surprised that Quickman was in front of him. And Suki then says, "Ah!" Shoots at Quickman. "Oh, what's the matter? A little too slow?" And Suki says, "I should have figured you were going to be fast, but I wasn't expecting that fast." And Quickman says this, "Dr. Wily made some modifications. I'm fast as lightning. I got even faster. I may break the speed of light." And Suki says, Go easy, but now I got to take him out." And Suki then was going to call some backup, but the transmitter is getting blocked by a electro EMP, meaning it didn't matter to anybody that Suki could not use his backup supplies or call in support. And Suki says, "This sucks." Then Quickman says, "We figured your equipment wouldn't work on me. I'm the fastest there is." And Suki said, "Well, I'll be the next one to break that rule." And Quickman said, "We'll see." And Quickman runs as fast as the speed of lightning. "Why don't you keep up with?" And Suki then thinks, he's gonna backfire me that easily. Well, I can't really do anything like this. And Suki uses a charge, turning red. Heat Man, atomic fire! And Quickman says, "Oh, atomic fire from my little buddy, Heat Man, huh? Well, it's no matter. You can't keep up. No matter how many heat firepower you have, you can't aim for shit." And Suki says, "Just shut up and take it." And Quickman runs on the water, and Suki goes into the water and runs under the water. While chasing him under the water, he sees villains are around it. They leave me in a trap. And he was going to ignite his atomic fire, but got polluted out. And the villains say, "Looks like he's in our turn. Let's give him hell." And shooting a bunch of different water-like attacks at him. Suki dodging multiple attacks from them at a very, very slow rate, trying to not get hit, but he was little damaged from getting hit by a few of them. And then Suki jumps up over a few centimeters out of the wall, and then looks at one of his gears and ammunition and says, "Well, here he goes. Heavy Man, knuckle fist!" And hitting the water with his knuckle fist and making a whirlpool around it. And Suki then uses bubble to jump on and run with it to get out of the water and sees Sue and Manetta on the boat. How many people are going to be having problems? And Suki then grabs Sue and Manetta, making it quick while Manetta throws his balls. While Manetta throws his balls at the whirlpool. And Zuku's body is tired. And Sue says, Oh boy, you really push yourself, Carol. And Mina also says, Jeez, couldn't you, take a break? And Suki says, I can't. Need to stop quick, man. And Sue says, we'll deal with him. You take a rest a bit. And Suki says, no, I can't. And Quick Man says, well, looks like you're being a little sluggish here. Looks like you can't keep up, Mega Man. And Wily then says, good, Quick Man. Now, get rid of that pesky green bomber. Quick Man says, no problem. And was rushing to take out Suki, but when he does that, some purple balls were around him. And Quick Man says, what the hell are these? And Mina says, looks like something I can do. And Quick Man says, do you really think these things would stop me? Looks like your quirk is useless, kid. And when Quick Man was going to run towards Zuko, he steps on one of Mina's purple balls. And Quick Man then feels his leg. Heck? And Wily says, Quick Man, what's the matter? And Quick Man says, it's stuck on my leg. And Wily said, his quirk? No wonder they were not bouncing. They were sticky. You're kidding me, Doc. And then Mina says, looks like my quirk has your weakness. And Zuki then aims his Mega Buster. Thanks, Mina. And fires a fully charged bee at Quick Man. Can't move. This is not good. Quick Man tries to pull himself and use his other leg with his arms, but Sue says, I won't let you. Get out. And uses her tongue to stop his foot. And Quick Man then looks Mega Man or Zuko. Can't move. One more hit and I'll done for. And Zuko charges his Mega Buster and says, sorry about this. And when he charges, a certain person says, Nomo, help him out. And the Nomo blocks the Mega Blast. And Zuko, surprised. Why is that thing attacking me, blocking him? And Shigaragi says, we need its help to defeat you. It was close to winning. And Quick Man says, Eric, can you get this damn thing off of me? And Shigaragi says, no problem. And decaying the ball, Mineta says, what are we gonna do? We can't deal with this. And Suki then says, help distract him. And Mineta says, what? You're heavily injured. So we can't let you fight him. He was a match for All Might. And Zuko says, I can match a speed of light to keep pace with Quick Man. I'll be fine. Strength, on the other hand, not a bad. Zuko then gets ready to fight, and Shigaraki said, better make it quick. Doc wants him not badly damaged. And Quick Man says, thanks for the help. I don't need that much. And Shigaragi sighs, cocky as you think. Shut up. But when they were dealing with getting ready, they hear a metal door, security door, get punched down. And see All Might. And with them is the Robo-Masters. And Wily says, huh? Why are they here? And they see Ida. Didn't expect something quick as Quick Man to get to the heroes and Inko. And then the Robo-Masters says, we're here, Suku. And all of them go and deal with other place. And All Might gets ready to is taking on the Nomu. Mind if I cut in? And Suki says, no problem, All Might. And All Might says, my young Midoriya, you really got your worst for wear. And Zuki says, well, it was my time to deal with all villains. And I was in the center. And Quickman is not an easy one to deal with. And All Might says, really? How fast can he be? And Suki says, he's fast as lightning, but he can break the speed of light. And All Might says, that's going to be tricky. I can't break the speed of light, but I can react somewhat of it. Be careful. No problem. And All Might and Nomu clashed, and it was like the two titans. And when All Might was dealing with the Nomu, Quickman says, looks like I'll be dealing with you, Mega Man, throwing his boomerangs. Suki then says, no. And All Might blocks the boomerangs. Those are sharp. And Quickman says, how? And All Might says, I dealt with strong foes, fast foes like you. And All Might and Quickman go speed by speed. And Quickman dodges all of All Might's attack. Nice try, old man, but you can't keep pace of my speed of light. And when he said that, electricity comes out of nowhere. Whoa! What the? Who shot at me with that? And then Electra Woman says, my, you really do need to cool down your arrogant side. And Quickman says, Electric Woman, ain't that surprised? Did your yada yada crap I don't care about? Did your live action stage broke? And Electra Woman says, you really are hot-headed sometimes. Oh, that's it. And Electra Woman keeps Quickman occupied with the battle. And All Might says, whew, that was not good time to deal with, but need to buy time for Zuko. And then the Nomu goes for a surprise attack on All Might. And All Might dodges. Whew, damn, that was close. And Shigaraki says, All Might, this is a match for you. You can't keep pace with your finish. And when All Might says, well, villains, you're underestimating our little friend. And Shigaraki says, oh? And then Sugu gets back up. Nothing like getting back to my parts fixed up. And Shigaraki says, how are you still functional? And Zuki says, I saw the EMP was not affecting anything anymore, so I had rushed to help me get some gears. Rolled me some equipment, and I'm ready to go. And Shigaraki says, well, no, destroy them. And All Might says, at 100, young Zuko? And Zuki says, well, that, All Might. And both Zuko and All Might rush to the Nomu. And Nomu goes for a kick to Zuko, but Zuko slides under the Nomu. Nice try. And All Might says, keep an eye on your opponent, and punches the Nomu. And Mega Man says, hard knuckle, and jumps and gives a uppercut to the Nomu. They are back and forth taking shots at the Nomu, keeping ahead of him. And Nomu then grabs All Might and Suki's arms. And then pulls down on Suki on the ground, slamming him. And All Might to throw on a pile of nearby hill. And Suki says, Ow! And Noah goes for a stomp on Zuko, but Zuko dodged. Whew! What the hell with this thing? Doesn't it have a pain tolerance? And then Zuko realized, wait a minute. Then Zuko uses atomic fire and shooting a hot blast and hitting the Nomu on the arm. And the Nomu's arm was burnt to cinder. And the Nomu's doesn't react to it. Of course, vacation and regeneration? Great. And Zuko then has to figure out a way to completely take it down. Then All Might says, "We're not done yet!" and jumps back into action. Man, this thing is really annoying. And Zuko says, "Gets even worse. It has regeneration and nullification, not strength. So that's why my punches weren't feeling right." And then Zuko says, "I got an idea." And All Might says, "What is it?" "If I can use 2 of my Mega Blaster, I can probably cripple it." "Huh? Make 2 Mega Blasters out of your hands?" "Yes, but I do not like it." "Well, let's do it quick." And both All Might and Zuko go for another takedowns on the Nomu. And the Nomu then smashes the ground. And All Might says, "He's making a wall." And All Might says, "I'll break it down. You get in close and take it out." And Zuko says, "Right. Do your best, Mega Man." And then All Might creates a shockwave and cracking the wall that the Nomu made. And then Zuko creates 2 Mega Busters and charges them up. And Zuko says, "This is gonna hurt. Take this!" And fires 2 of them with a giant explosion and crippling the regeneration of the Nomu. And Zuko then goes on the ground and sighs and says, "Well, I won," and raises his hand and showing who's on top while falling down. And Electro Woman says, "He can always be a handful." And Quick Man says, "You left yourself right open." And when he said that, a metal blade comes out of nowhere. "Well, isn't it time to be done with this already?" And Quick Man says, "Metal Man, traitor! Sorry, pal, but you need to cut it out. This is getting old for you." And when Quick Man then tries to run, Heavy Man then grabs him and slams him down. "Sorry about this, but we need you back." "Oh, let me go!" Dr. Wily says. "Damn it! Now this is just plain irritating to my head. Oh, I have migraines about this. You'll pay for this, Mega Man." And Zuko says, "Well, same here. Ow! I hate when my functions are not doing right." And while Class 1A was getting a week break while having dealing with villains, Zuko was getting his program and gears of his robotic body fixed. And Inko says, "I told you not to do that." And Zuko says, "Yes, Mom, I didn't mean to do it, but I had to. That Nomu thing is gonna be pushing a certain someone's limit. I know it's not you," Inko says. And Zuko says, "Yes. When I was looking at analysis, I saw a bit of injury to someone. I saw All Might's injury." And Inko then says, "Really? What type of injury?" And Zuko says, "A bad one. You might not be in a good condition." to use his quirk. And Inko says, I'll go talk to him. You relax your metal parts, okay? And don't use up your energy this time. And Zuki says, yes, got it. I won't do it again. If necessary. And Inko goes talk to All Might. Well, Zuki was getting checked by Roll. And Roll says, wow, you really got yourself in a big tussle. And Zuki says, yep. Oh yeah, we got something for you. And Electro Woman says, why am I here again? I thought I got work to do. And Heavy Man says, Electro Woman, you were the one that brought us here. You wanted to repay Mega Man for saving us. And Electro Woman, well, about that. So, how are you feeling? And Zuki is saying, like shit. And Heat Man says, well, that's what you get for overusing your Mega Busters. How'd you do that? And Zuki says, by using 2 Mega Busters, I overheat really badly. If I fully charge them, I blast to Kingdom Come. And then Quickman says something. Well, I got that repair. Man, you guys really had to go that hard on me? Sorry, but you were a bit too persistent. And then Quickman says, hey, when you're fixed up, we're going to have another rematch. And Zuki says, yeah, no problem. And Roll says, no fighting. I remember, he's already injured. And Quickman says, fine. Not in the house, maybe training. And Sumi rolls eyes and says, fine. And Zuki says, for a quick guy, you're slow on the point. Oh, shut up! And all the Robomasters laugh. And Quickman getting irritated. Why do I have a lame job? And that's where I'm ending this video. I hope you liked this video and hope you subscribe. See you next time.